Hello. Let me just turn the music a little bit down. Okay, can you hear me? How you doing? Hello again. Um, Let me see if I can get this light up. Hello. Whew. I can see some familiar names. This morning we did the first part of this introduction to SQL, and happy to see some people back. Okay, hi, XX Spicy, Kai the coder. I think you're new. Maybe you can. Maybe you check the first part. Do you mind if I wear the cap, or because I have some messy hair? So if you someone is not okay with it, not a problem to take it off. Not a big deal. Okay, I would just leave the music turned down. Okay, so quick recap. Let me share my screen. I'm going to do a quick recap of what we did this morning and what we're going to do right now. Okay, entire screen. Okay, I'll just share the screen and move this. Okay, I can move these here. Okay. Okay. Let me just hide myself. Okay, it's not. Nope. You don't want to see my face. Okay. Okay. Quick recap. Just let me move these here to see your comments and questions. And okay, quick recap. What we can you see the? I think maybe it's small. Hello, 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 lol. Shub Kapil. How you doing? Hope you had fun with this Global Hack Week. For sure, a lot of great streamers making great content. So yeah, hope you had fun with them. Well, with us. May you zoom a bit? Yeah, sure. Oop. Let me see if I can. Can you see it now? I'm new to Global Hack Week. Oh, okay, okay. Hoping to see you more in the next months. So yeah, nice. Yeah, it's great. Thank you, thank you. And okay, so quick recap. We talked about databases. Alberto yesterday did a great job explaining more in detail, more about databases, structured databases, relational, non-relational, and all that stuff. So check his stream if you're more interested in knowing, how how databases work, all the type of um, all the type of I'll leave the comments like for in a while, just um every maybe 10-15 minutes we will check them all and answer them, just not, just to get back and forth. If there's a specific question about the stream, I will just answer it, just not to lose the you know the not lose the line. So okay, and yeah, he did a great workshop explaining more in detail databases, how they work, and definitely you can check his stream if you're more interested in databases. But in this case, this will be more focused on SQL. So what we did this morning was just create a database with books. I did some changes. Now I'll explain you. Okay, so this is what we did this morning. We just can you see it? I think it's hello everyone. Hello. Can you see the? Okay, I think it looks pretty well. I think it looks pretty well. Yeah. Zoom more. I would just get the SQL statement out of the screen if I zoom more. Okay, can you see it now, Abdullah? Okay, fine, thank you. Um, okay, so what we did here is create a table called books with the book ID, the title, the author ID, the genre, the publication year. Okay, so this is what we did this morning. We explained uh, what each field is for, how to how relational databases work in this case. And what we try to do is just create a table called books, another one called authors. You can create a bunch, for this nationality, for example, instead of just putting the country, just, for example, Spanish. You can just create another table with unique IDs, like one is for Spanish, two is for American, three is for Mexican, five is for Indian, and you can just relate this unique ID. Uh, Give me a second. I'll just grab a tissue. Okay. 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 Here in Spain, it's like mm, 40 degrees Celsius. But yeah, you can create a bunch of independent tables and just relate them with unique IDs and primary keys and all that stuff. And that's because of, as I explained before, for change making. For example, if you want to make big changes, if you have like all this data repeated in all the tables, you would have to go table by table and change all these data. But if you just get, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, Indians, it's ID number one, and there's 2 million people with this ID. Okay, so instead of you want to change, instead of Indians, it will be, I don't know, maybe the country changes and it turns into I don't know, Indias instead of India, and you would just need to change this in this table of countries. The Instead of ID number one India, it will be ID number one Indias. Okay, so in the other case, you would have to go through all the tables where India is inserted, and you would have to change value by value all these data. So that's why they're used for. And yeah, in the basic example, okay, so this is some of the folks that were in the stream this morning, and well, this is not uh, he or she is not from Alaska. And but I just put it Alaska to change. So yeah, what we did is create a table called authors and another one called books. Okay, let me see. I just have um okay. So yeah, this is out. Okay, now I'll explain you why is this file for. Um, okay, so we just created a couple of tables. One of them is authors, and the other one is books. And as you can see here, author ID, if in this case, is number one. So this book will be written by mm, what? Oh, okay, okay. So because there was more authors inserted by hand, so that's why author one, it doesn't exist here. Can you share the code here? Yeah, of course. How can I share it? Maybe I should let me see if there's any code sharing website. Code sharing platform. I don't know. Code share, maybe? Share your code. Let's see if it works. Okay. Save. Expires. Okay. Oh, have to register. Share. Oh, okay. Let me see. It's just. Oh, okay. Now, okay. That will be fine. Um, GitHub guest. Oh, okay. GitHub guest. Um, I've never used GitHub guest. I directly just create a repo. Oops. Nope, not this one. But don't worry, guys, because this code will not. Well, we will use another functions. So this is just what we did today in the morning. Let's say bookstore database. Oh, it's a secret guest. Okay, so here you go. Can you confirm if you can see the code or not? Let me just clear this. Confirmed? Yes. Yes, the code is visible. It works. Okay, great. Okay, so this was the basic table, and then we had just some books. For example, um, GG, GG. I don't know what it stands for. I don't think it's against or something like that. I hope it's not. Not against them. Just a regular guy. Okay, so now for example in this case we have book ID. This is great. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is book ID. It's keep in mind it's individual. Okay, let me turn that down because this slide it's okay. So there we have the ID. We can change the code on the code share website. uh oh, it must be, let me see, there's a private mode or something. Maybe someone just changed the code and put some random stuff. Uh, can you edit this file? Let me see. So do you use it with Python using MySQL connector module? Um, do you not this? Well, this is just the the Visual Studio what it's called, um Author Data Studio. Okay, so this is not it's not connected through Python, but you can connect it if you have the host and not on guest. I think they're referring to the first link you shared. Oh, okay. Thank you. So as I was saying, I'm not using it with Python, but you could. If you have your host and your password and username and all that stuff, you can just connect to through MySQL to your database, and that's no problem. Actually, we're going to do an example right now, not with Python, but with Golang. Now you'll see. So yeah, but to make some great requests, in this case, for so you can see some examples, we need a lot of data. Okay, so we're not spending like an hour going one by one, just putting all this different information. So one of the folks in the morning said, "Oh, you can get some data from an API or something." I've created some projects using MySQL. That's why I asked. Oh, okay, that's great. Did you? It's a library, right? Oh, it's a module. Okay, that's great. You can share. You can send me the project in Discord. Yeah, just to check it to see what you've been working on. That would be cool. Um, okay, so what we need right now is some data. Okay, some data to make some just to play with it. And a guy said, okay, there's an API that we can use. Can I send it in general chat? Yeah, you can share your GitHub repo if you want, and we will just take a look at it. That's cool. Thank you. Hey, Pixel Princess. Uh, hope you doing great. What are you doing? What are you doing, MLH? What do you mean? What I'm doing? It's basically the second part of the introduction of the introduction to SQL. Okay, so the API the guy suggested, it's not available. So I find another source of data that we can get all these books and authors from. Okay, so you'll learn how to scrape some data too. So let's hope you. Okay, so I find this website. Well, no, it's not a website; it's just an endpoint with some random books and authors with just a list. I said, okay, how we can, for example, let's say you want to create a real project and you need some data. Let's say you want to create, I don't know, a database. Hey, hi, Ghost Agent. I remember you from other streams. You're constant. That's cool. How you doing? Hope you followed up with the first part. Let's see if you uh, learn something in this one. Maybe you're an expert, but okay, just let's assume. Um, okay, so John Paul John Paul is sharing his GitHub. Just take a look at it. Give him some suggestions. Actually, I'm doing this weekend an introduction to how to add value to open source projects and how to just put your just your efforts to improve some open source projects. So that would be cool. We can make something that people can just put their projects and work on their real projects and try to make improvements and get some pull requests and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely sign in. We can do something. And I'll be doing another one about how to test your code with unit testing and how to debug your code and how to improve it and not upload something and just crash it. Uh, can somebody give me the Twitch link? Okay, this is the link. Do you have? I will check it out. Used C Kinter. C Kinter. Let's see. I've never used it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, it's okay. That's cool. Great. Okay, so I find this website, okay, and I want to take all this information from here, okay, and I just want to put this information in my database just to start making requests and just filtering some data. So so the thing here is we're going to do it in Golang, okay. Just it will be just a simple program that will get all this information and connect to the database and store all this different information. For example, as you saw before, we have two tables. Okay, in this case, we have our it will not be this. Yeah, it's okay. Let me do this one. Okay, it's basically the same one, but instead of the primary key, we just added the primary key, but auto increment. That what it does, because a folk in the morning asked, okay, I don't want to put this IDs because this book ID. I just want to just put the book title, and I don't want to take care of to make it unique and just put one by one. Okay, so that's why incremental comes. auto increments is basically I'm not giving you a value, but just start from the beginning, from zero, and go up. Okay, so it would say, okay, the value, the primary key, 6 exists, so 7. Okay, 7 exists. It's automatically done, and you don't have to take care of this um, book ID value. 1, 2, 3, or 20. And if you have if you're, I don't know, let's say your project, you, instead of one, you want your IDs to be book underscore underscore and the ID. Okay, so you can just put that manually in that case. But if you just want basic IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till infinite, that's a point. Okay, so this is, let me see. Indigo says, John Paula, while answering, John Paul 1A. Tincture is kind of limited, but check CSS, Kinter, and TTK Bootstrap variants. Also, the name is still difficult to pronounce. Sex, yeah. So yeah, great. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you. Where are you from? Where are you from, folks? Because this morning there were some people from Mexico and India and Bangladesh, I think. Hello. So we can use the streams project as a base for the Swag database challenge. Um, if you have more challenges, projects, questions, you can ask them in the Discord. But I hope so. Just leave a message there and say, "Hey, what do you think?" There's a lot of emulators that will just take care of that question. So don't hesitate to write on the Discord. Uh, okay, so John Paul says, "Yeah, sure, man." Okay, so I'm Indian. Okay, great to see you. I'm from Algeria. Oh, it's 6:20. Okay, here it's 7:20 p.m. So it's 1 hour difference in Spain. Pakistan. Okay, it's 10:53. USA. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Great, great, great. A lot of countries. Okay, so this is the idea from Ethiopia. Oh wow, that's far. Wow, great, great. Okay, so we're going to do this basic program, okay? And as you can see, the data comes together. So we created, we're going to create Satakshi. Jane is from India. Great, great. Why do you find, where do you find all these crazy pronouncing names? Some of them, I cannot even pronounce them. Because you take your name and you just put some letters in the middle and just underscore some crazy things. That's cool, original. But sometimes it's kind of difficult. But yeah, yeah, great names. Okay, so this is the tables we have. Okay, we have the books table and the authors, and we find these books JSON with a bunch of information, but we want to take the author, put it into the author's name. The country will be in the nationality, let's say. The image, we don't want the image. Uh, the image, we don't want the image in this case because it's, well, in this case we have a Wikipedia link. We don't want the links in the image because we with this path we are not going anywhere. Maybe we can just change it, but nah. Okay, so the oops. Okay, so we have the title, the pages, the year. Okay, so some of these data will go here, and some of these data will go here. So how we can do that? If we do comic books, maybe we need the book cover. Yeah, yeah. 100%. But in this case, for example, we don't know. We're not taking the images because, as you can see, this path, images ficciones. We can try to, get this. Nah, we're not getting anywhere here. Let's try this. Um, Invalid request. So we don't know where these images come from. So in this case, just we'll just um, leave it like this. Okay, so we just want some basic information. And okay, so what we're going to do is no need to complicate it. Yeah, in this case, we'll just keep it simple. Um, okay, so now we need to get this data to scrape it, and the program will get this JSON data, get the right information, put it in different, connect to the database, just insert it into the different tables, and that's it. Okay, and then we can start making some stuff with the database. Okay, I would just go through. I will write the code a little bit quick because just for you to see it, but not to spend like a lot of time because the main core will be um, the database. Okay, so we create this struct. I have this copilot, but sometimes it drives me crazy because it doesn't work at all. We need the title, the author. Okay, we need the country. In this case, the language will be. Yeah, just leave the language. Uh, the okay, okay, I have something. There's something just I don't have anything open, but something just popped. Some music. Um, will you be posting those in GitHub? Yeah, of course. Let me just turn down this. Okay. Uh, give me a second. I need a tissue. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I will be posting it in GitHub, so no worries. Okay. Maybe I can find it was on GitHub. Okay. Do you mean the database structures or the code to get to parse this data? Uh, okay. We need. We don't want pages. Okay, so we have pages string. So you have the year. Okay, so the year. Uh, the year, the image, link, string. Okay, just let me see because I have. You able to share both? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I have no problem with that. I wrote the code before the stream because I didn't want to spend all that time. So let me check where I can find it so I can go through. Oh, okay. Cancel. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hope this works. Okay. Now I'll explain the code so you can play with it and just not to spend all this time with the scraper because I've done on another stream about how to make scrapers, data scrapers. Okay. Can you read it? So basically here, what we're doing is we defining um, two data structures. Okay, so we have, well, uh, shoe structure. Can you, are you able to see the code? Please confirm, someone, or you want me to make it bigger? No problem. Yes, yes. Okay, great, great, great. I see you're active. Okay, so we have two structures, book and author. Okay, that's all what we need. And if we see our data, so there's author ID. Okay, in this case, we don't need to get it anywhere because there's no author ID. And it's auto incremental. As I said before, this data will not be necessary to put it because it will just go up. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 25. So we don't need it. Okay, so that's why we just don't introduce this data here. Okay, just put it here so you can see the three perspectives. Okay, where the data is coming from and where the data is going. So we have, this is the, let's say, the man in the middle. Okay, who's getting the data. So we have the structure. Some of these data will not need it, but just to make it clear and get all this data parsed into the JSON. Then we have the main program. Okay, so this, I'll just leave it like this because it was meant to get into the repo, and you, here you can see the, you know, what it does in every part. Uh, Drumal Bhatia, hello. Um, Hope you catch up. If not, you can just well, catch up, not the ketchup with fries, but um, catch up with the stream. Okay, so we have the connection here. As you, if you're using JavaScript or Python, you can use the language methods. But in this case, in Golang, it's like this. We're using this library called Go SQL Driver MySQL. So okay, we opened in this case it's the local host, and the database is bookstore. Okay, bookstore is this database we're going to create. Let me check. Okay, it's this one. Okay, create database. Okay, so it checks for errors. The first, I will close the database after we done. Okay. Okay, after we done. And okay, so here we add the JSON. We just get request. Hello, MLH community members and audience attendees. Regards. Hello, Tintin. 1992. Hope you're having fun. If you have any questions, just ask me anything. In, you know, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I will stop some minutes to answer questions. So if you have any questions, just put it on guide for these tech wizards. Guide for, okay. Something strange going on. Um, Okay, so we have the URL. The URL is this one where we're getting the data from. We just make a get request, simple get request. We don't need to make, you know, to add authorizations. We don't need, in this case, any headers or anything. We download the JSON and then marshal it. So we get the response. We just control the error. We make a effort to close. Like, you know, why you use Go, not something like Python. Okay, I will answer the questions in a while. I'll just explain the code and just answer the questions because I have some questions. There was a folk asking for some swag or something. I will get back into that soon. So okay, read all. We just read the response body. It will be just all the information, and then we can just parse the JSON into the slice of bootstraps, and we just put all that information into the book. Okay, so this is where all this information goes to, because here's the parsing, and then we just separate and put some information into the author and send it. So yeah, basically, I will just leave it there. You can check it. Here performs the insert operation with the author name, the nationality, the values, and this one inserts the book into the database. Okay, so we save this. We save this. We just build the project and we launch it. Let's hope it works. Okay, it says table bookstore author does not exist. That's why. Okay, so we have to create these tables. Okay, as I explained before, drop database if it exists. Basically, we will be just deleting all the databases called bookstore. In this case, we just have one because you cannot have two with the same name, and we create a new one. Use is when you specify what database to use to make the following operations. So create table. Hello. Okay, I will get into the questions soon. Okay, so we create the two tables, and that's it. Okay, so here first of all we will delete if there's any database with some missing it, or with some information. Oh, as I explained before, for the people who's new, I'm using Azure Data Studio, and if you want to execute, if you run, it will run the whole file. Okay, so if you just want to run, for example, this statement, you just select this statement and click run. Or in this case, for Windows, it's function F5, and for Mac is I think it's command or option, but yeah, or you can just click here. Uh, okay, I will be uploading the code soon to GitHub because it's not completed, and I just want to complete the whole code and just upload it at the end of the stream. So don't worry about that. Don't worry. Okay. So use bookstore. Okay, so let's execute this and see what we have here. Oops, we have some. Okay, it's executed correctly. Okay, we have the first thing. What it does, it drops the bookstore if it exists. That's what the command says. We create the database. We start using the database. We create the table. Okay, so that's the thing. In this case, we created the table. To see if we created the table or not, we can just select all from the both tables, and we can see the. Okay, okay, so we don't have the. Okay, it's kind of big. Okay, books and authors. Okay, I think books it's not created. Okay, now it's created. Let's see. Okay, now we have the both of the books. Okay, I will just stop to answer some questions because I see. Okay, I like, bro. Hello. Okay, Indigo. Um, Indigo. Hey, bro, did you join a guild for this Global Hack Week event? I'm in the Tech Wizards now. I think something personal between you. Tintin, hi, bro. I think I've seen you in a movie or something. Who's Tintin? Tintin. Oh, okay, okay, I get the joke. Um, there's a movie called Tintin. This guy with uh, the hair like this. Do you know him? Let's see, Tintin. I think it's this guy. Okay. Um, Sidesh, I'd like to know why you use Go and not something like Python or Node. Basically, it's a personal preference. I'm more used to write code with Golang. I work professionally with Golang, and well, with C# too. But think C sharp is not the right thing for hackathon. So that's why I use Go. I think it's, in terms of performance, it's quite good, and it does what it does the job. But yeah, maybe if you prefer Python or something, the next streams we can use Python or Node.js or whatever. Yeah, great to mention. I'm developing React based web applications. Can I use it along with MySQL? Yeah, sure. Why not? You can use yeah, React. I've done something with React. Well, React and Next.js. And but if you're planning to make a big app, let's say a big app in terms of data, just manage a lot of data, get users, register the users, make a lot of transactions, and all that stuff. I would suggest you to create two different projects, a front end project and a back end project with an API. Let's say you have an API that connects to the database and just gets all the information, the insertions, the filtering and all that stuff. And you have a front end that just calls the API and say, "Hey, get me this data. Hey, get me the password of this user. Hey, send me this to this." Okay, so because I've done the mistake some years ago using like PHP, for example, and putting HTML, PHP, JavaScript in the same file and just sending things and connecting to the database in the front end. It does not. In a small scale or for learning, it's, well, if it works, it works. But if you're planning to do a big project, I would suggest you to create a front end and a back end. Okay, and the back end is just for APIs. I've done 3 streams the last month about how to create your own API, and you can check that for sure and see how to create an API and just connect it to a database and just make the transactions and just leave the front end and just call the API with what you need, return a JSON, and just show it to the front end user. Hello, what is the SQL database management system used for this workshop session demo project app? Thanks, regards. Do you mean it's Azure Data Studio? You can use Workbench too. MySQL Workbench. There's the Beaver, DB, I think the Beaver or something like that. Okay, DB Beaver, the Beaver. Okay, the Beaver. You can use this one, or you can use. There's Data Grip. We've mentioned it this morning because it's a JetBrains tool. It's a paid solution, but I think with student discount, you can get it. It comes with the package of student or something like that, as somebody mentioned. So definitely, if you're a student, just check that out because it's a great tool. I've used it professionally, and it's amazing. It works great. Oh, okay. Just leave him. He's polite. That's good. He's polite. There's no problem with that, John Paul. Um. Okay. Here, where you can find the GitHub for the code? I shared it. You can find it on the chat. Um. Let me see. The game. You can find it in the chat. I'm trying to locate it, but you can find it on the chat. And I'll be uploading the whole code at the end of the session, so you can get it. This is the link. Okay, thank you. Hey, did you use Postman for managing and testing the SQL requests? Thanks. Yeah, I've used Postman for API requests. Yeah, in my last sessions about APIs, I've used Postman, and personally, I use Postman for not for the SQL requests, but yes, for the API requests, but not for SQL. You can use there's an extension in Visual Studio Code too, called MySQL. It's basically it's like this one, but more integrated into the Visual Code, because this is like the same. If you don't know it's Azure Data Studio, it looks like Visual Studio Code. It's exactly the same. So basically, you can use anything you want. If you have a connection link and a user and the password, that's all what you need. So, and try. Well, okay. So um, to connect a React. Okay, so Ajaxon. To connect a React application to a MySQL database, you would need to create a server-side API that handles database queries and return data to the client-side React application. You can use various server-side technologies to create the API, such as Node.js, PHP, or Python. Yeah, as I was explaining, thank you so much, Ajaxon, for pointing this. It's far better to create two different projects, the front and the back end, and just make requests in the backend from the front end to the API in the backend, so you will not mess. Because messing with front end and back end in the same file, the same project, it's a great mess. Um, okay. Uh, can I use something like Rapid API for MySQL database? I'm not sure. Let's see. Rapid API. I don't think so. I think it's more like for APIs, but you can check that out. Maybe you can. I've never used it personally. So you get your first job. How old were you when you got your first job? I'm 24 and don't have one. Um, my first job was at 18. Actually, I'm 24 right now. So my first job was at 18 years old. I started in a consulting company, and yeah, I started with small projects, and then some months later I joined a tech company with a project and a product. So that was great. But yeah, where are you from? It was cool. I think you were from India. um so yeah, but definitely there's a bunch of opportunities out there. Th- there's a lot now with these remote positions. It's easier to get maybe a job in the tech industry, because like 5 years ago it was like no percent on site, and there's remote didn't exist, so you have more chances for sure right now. And if you're talented and you write great code and you have a great attitude and you're positive, that's all. You are an annoying okay. um so that was not a question, sorry for that. Cool. Okay, so please, John Paul and Tintin, please, let's not make this. It was cool. Same. Still looking for one. I recommend you to work on personal projects, or maybe just let's say you want to apply for a company, okay, and they have, well, let's say you have an idea, okay. You say I want to work on, I don't know. It can be a small company, because right now big companies have like thousands of people and developers, and they don't need like small changes. They make big changes. But if you find a company that you like, and they have, well, an improve a possible product that can be improved, so you can create a project with some things, and say, hey, I did this because I know you're lacking this, and I can do this for you. And they will say, okay, join us. But yeah, work on personal projects for sure, because and attend hackathons, you will learn much more than anywhere else. Reading, or, well, you can read. Well, programming, in my opinion personally, it's not about reading, because it's not about reading, because sometimes you have to touch things with programming, and try things and fix things. Not, but yeah, there's different people with different mindsets, and they learn differently. So, uh, okay. I'll answer some more questions. It was cool. Do a game. I don't know if you're asking me, but no, I don't. I don't game. Um, sorry, I don't game. I just I don't know. Sometimes I read some drama books or science books, but not gaming. This is my sequel plus. No, no, it's not. It's my sequel. Um, Welcome back. A bit late. Was brushing through my dinner. Okay, what time is it? Oh, okay. It's 8 p.m. in Spain, so I think it's quite late there. Okay, thank you for joining. I will answer some more questions and we'll just get back into it. Okay, it was cool, guys. If you're okay, I think you were talking to Spicy. What do you, what do you think about insomnia? What's insomnia? In, insomnia. Okay, I'll try insomnia. It's a video game, or I don't know what's insomnia. I've never heard of. Oh yeah, I was talking to you. Sorry, sorry, I didn't say you. Okay, hello. Hello, there's a GitHub. Okay, thank you so much, Tintin, for pointing the GitHub repo. Thank you. India, could you introduce in this course trigger an exception in the SQL? Okay, we'll get into that. Okay, I'll go really quick. Uh, I'm coding in Visual Studio Code. I don't. I've used Xcode for some iOS apps projects, but not my favorite. Um, Not my choice. Let's learn React checkout. Okay, thank you. Azure. Okay, thank you. It's like Postman. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Okay, now we've done with the questions. We're going to get back into it. Now we have the tables changes. It was going page. I know. Yes, only from X. Okay, so now we have the tables and they're empty. Okay, so let's try our code to get this data. So now we if okay, so now if it fires up, it will not. Okay, that insertion completed. Okay, let's see. Let's sel- select. Let's see if we have some data. Hey, okay. The first table looks good, but where's my second table? Okay, so this is the books table, and this is the authors table. Okay, so if we run them both, we should get. Oh, okay, it's this scroll here. Okay, can you read it like this, or it's too small? Uh, 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 uh. Too small. The size is readable. Okay, so I'll just leave it like this. I think because if the tables will be so long and I don't anything from here, so that's why. Um, okay, so now mm, Okay, so right now we have the tables. Okay, and let's delete this. We were just testing. Okay, so if we just select books in this case, let's see, or authors. Okay, um, China, nationality, Nigeria, Denmark. Okay, so now we have the author ID. Now it's the same as this one. Don't make this one is just the row, okay, and this one is the author ID. Okay, so the author ID in this case it's unknown, unknown, and let's say you have all these database with millions of books and you want to filter them. Okay, in this case, let's get into the authors one, and we just want to, I don't know, select only the authors with the nationality of France, okay, or let's say Italy, okay. So the basic command we're going to use is select. This stands for all, so we're getting all the fields, okay. Select all. You can use another one we will check later. It's top. In this case, top 100 or whatever, but in this case we want them all. We want all the tag, all the fields, and all the results. Select all from um authors. Okay, select all from authors. Okay, it's the same as this one, but now we're going to add conditions in SQL. They're called conditions. um Select all from authors, and now we can use where in this case. Okay, it will be where, and we need to specify. Okay, what do we want? Okay, we want only we only want the the authors from Italy or Nigeria or France, or let's see if there's United States. Which country do you want? India, France, Mexico, Roman Empire. Which one do you want to use? Where nationality is equal to mm, Italy. Italy. Okay, so Italy, Roman Empire. Okay, said and done. We're going to copy this where nationality equal to Roman Empire, and we execute this. Oh, there's just two. One is Virgil, I don't know who is, and the other one is Ovid. So yeah, there's no much more from let's say India. Maybe you know some of them. From India, we have author number 51, 96, and 94. It's oh sorry for my pronunciation, but Kalidasa, Valmiki, and Vyasa. Okay, so these are from India. And if you want to comment things in SQL, you just put this what is, this scores. It's not the end. This is the underscore. I think Caesar is missing in Roman Empire. I think. Well, we have take into account that we have a small data set. Okay, this is like, let's see how many row data. Okay, we just want the row. We have 100. Maybe they have like a page too. Let's see. Albert, no, I don't think so. They don't have pagination, or maybe they have, but in different way. So this is for commenting. Okay, so if we do this and we do where I don't know, author ID is equal to 51. oh sorry, 251, and we execute this, we will get just the author with 51 because it doesn't take into account the nationality. Okay, so there's nothing here and it doesn't take it into account. um okay, I will get into some questions later. Okay, so we just don't get confused. um Select all from authors where author is 51. Okay, if let's say we want to only get the data that starts with mm, I don't know, only the names that contains Hernan. Okay, Hernan. In this case, we're using where author name, and we use like. Okay, like is like. Okay, we just getting a comparison. We saying like, and we use this percentage symbol, and if we put here Hernan, you will get all the author names that uh, let's execute it. Okay, you will get all the if we take this out, what do you think will happen? Oops, nothing, because this with this percentage at the beginning, we're saying, hey, I want my author name that will start with anything but will end with Hernan. Okay, and if we change this and we'll put it here, we want anything that starts with Hernan and blah blah blah. Okay, have you seen regex, regular expressions? It's basically the same when you use the asterisk. And okay, so we want all the names that contain an. Okay, maybe there's some. Okay, Hans, Dan, Jan, etc. Okay, so if you want the same thing but the sensitive case. Okay, so Ghost Asian says if they're. Let's check it. Now, as you can see, we have 24 rows. Okay, 24 results. And if we execute it again, we have 24. I think there's me take. So okay. So I think there's a way to filter it. If you're interested, we can just get that up. It's not case sensitive like pi. Okay, so thanks, John Paul. So if we want to do the same thing but at the opposite, we just type not like. Okay, it's that simple. Now we have 24 rows, and let's see how many rows do we have now. 24. Oh, 76. So 76 plus 24, 100. Okay, so we're getting the opposite of this. And author name. Okay, so let's say for the books. Okay, let's check the books and see how what data do we have. Select all from. Just put. I'm going to put this in capital. Just you can differentiate which ones are keys and which one are variables. Select all from. Oops, sorry, from books. Okay, let's see what fields do we have here and what we can filter. We have the book ID. Okay, this we don't care about this. We have to care about this if we, for example, have let's say we have a website with books and we have a comment section. Okay, so to store these comments, you would have the comment and the book ID, or I don't know, let's say the post ID or whatever. So that's important because instead of just getting all this data again, we just put the ID. Okay, so that's why before I was saying in the morning that you can use any private in any primary key here as an ID, but some people use the username because they say, okay, the username is unique. Okay, okay, yeah, it's unique, but it's not immutable. Okay, so for example, a user can change his username, but they cannot change their ID in the database. So you need a value that will be immutable and unique. Okay, the username is unique, yeah, but it's not immutable because if a user changes his okay, yeah, we'll get into that, Jonapol, with some more examples with where. But I'm more interested here because we have some integer data, and we can just make some filters. And yeah, you can use any primary key, but not usernames, because if someone changes his username, you have to change all the tables from all the databases, all the schemes, everything, the username, and then that's not plausible at all. So here, select all from books, where let's say we are not interested on. Okay, so this is minus 600. Let's see. If we check this author ID, we go here and say, okay, where author ID is equal to 7. Okay, let's say we want to know who wrote this, the minus 600. Let's see. Oh, unknown. Okay, this is an unknown. Select all from books. Sorry. Okay, so let's say we don't like books, old books, and we just, well, let's say 1533 is old, where let's say publication year is greater than 1009 1900. Okay, so we start filtering 1980. Let's see. Oh, okay, we have 4 books. Or if you do the opposite, smaller, you will get the opposite results, and only the other ones. If you want to add more filters, like where publication year is greater, let's say greater than 1900, and we can use and to add more specific, where more specific filtering in this case, and title, like, let's say king. No, light, sound. Okay, let's say so. Okay, and title like so. Okay, so we have just 5 results, and we want to just, and author ID will be just 32. Okay, so here we will be getting all these, just this one, because that's all we need. Oh, okay, it's 32. Okay, we confirm. It's just the only one that it gets. Okay, so let's go with joins. Okay, so let's say we have a really big. Let's say when you just when you go to Twitter, for example, I don't know if, well, Twitter. Now it's called X, I think. They renamed it. I don't know. I don't know the meaning of X, but apparently Elon Musk likes a lot of X, SpaceX, X.com. what they did with PayPal. I think one of his sons is called X. Now Twitter is called X. I don't know. I think there's a meaning behind the X. But okay, let's say you go to your let's use Facebook because there's posts and maybe it's more understandable. Because Twitter, is- personally, to be honest, I don't quite understand how it works. I've used it to see some videos or publications, but I don't know exactly how it works, so I cannot. But yeah, Facebook, I know how it works. To 2015, I was just posting dumb stuff, so yeah, I know how it works. Well, I think I know how it works. Okay, let's say you go to your to a picture of someone, and Facebook, what it has to do, well, Meta, sorry, what it has to do in that moment is okay. So you go to a publication, okay. I don't know if I have a Facebook account here to show you. Okay, no worries. I had nothing to hide here, so okay. So now we are on Facebook, okay, and you just go here. I don't know. I don't use it, but let's say, okay, you go here. Okay, okay. So in this precise moment, what Facebook does, it gets all the reactions, it gets all the comments. It shows you all the options. If you just like it, it will get a like. Um, and all this information is just joins. Imagine like thousands and thousands of ESPN. Okay, so now we have all these comments, all these likes, all these shares, all these data is coming from different tables. Okay, it's not the same table. Like, okay, this user da 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 da. Da. It's basically okay. I'll just get that out. Um, okay, basically it's a huge database with hundreds and hundreds of tables, and one specific table will get your user ID. Let's say your user ID is 2000, or let's say it's 36, and it will get like the example I showed you. Okay, so this, for example, is for followers. Okay, so this is your Facebook user. You have your unique ID, and you have the table called follows. Okay, this is just the table with three fields: the following user ID and the followed user ID. So when you're following someone, it's just a data saved in this database, well, in this table with your ID and the people who are you're following. Okay, so Facebook or Instagram or I don't know, whatever you use, WeChat or whatever. I don't know how WeChat works, but let's say they have a following system or add friend or something. So basically, it's a table called follows with your with the followed and the following and a timestamp of when it was created or modified or whatever. And then let's say Facebook have another table called posts with the ID of the user of the author of the post, the title, the body, the user ID. Okay, sorry. This ID is to identify the post, not the user. This is the user ID. Sorry, I confused. Um, you have the status they created that. Okay, so this is basically, and they have another table here with, I don't know, the shares, saying, okay, this person shared this post to this person. That's it. And when you click to get a post, they just create, it's a huge SQL statement saying, okay, either join this table with this one and get this table and this information from this table and this one, and you just get all this data just in one place with an SQL. So that's how they join all these tables. Okay, so let's say, for example, before we created an example and we had to go and search for the author ID. Do you remember the number 7? because we don't know the author ID 32 which one is, and we just want a table with the title, the author ID, sorry, the author name, and the author nationality. Okay, we just want that. We don't want the book ID. We don't want the author ID. We want the name and the nationality. We don't care about the publication year in this case, for example. So, okay, we just select the fields we want. Let's say we want the title. Which one do you think it's important in this case? The title, the just say the title and the author name. Okay, author name. Name from book books. Join authors on author's ID is equal to author ID. Okay, so the author ID, this will not work probably. Okay, now you'll know why. Okay, it doesn't work because I think we didn't specify. This is the books table, and this is the authors table. Okay, so if we don't specify, okay, this inner join with, oh sorry, on authors books, and this will be authors. Oops. Okay, so here we have. Now, what we did is we said, okay, select these tables, okay, these fields, the title, the author name from books, okay, and join authors. So we're just joining these two tables and saying, okay, whatever these books that author ID is equal to authors that author ID. So if you check the database, well, the table, we have the book ID, the title, the author ID, and the publication year. Okay, so let's say we just want to select these two, just for example. So this is the author ID, the author table. Okay, I'll be answering questions in a while, so stay tuned. If you have any question, just pop it. I'll get into that soon. Okay, so we're saying select the title, the author name from books, and join it with authors on where basically books author ID. So books, this is the books. Books author ID is the same as author ID. Basically, if we change this to 32, we will you'll get the difference. So let's execute them. Okay, 3. So you have 32. Why we're not? Okay, this works. This works. Okay, let's try to execute them. Doesn't work. Okay, maybe it's limited in this Visual Data Studio. Okay, let's do it by one. We say, okay, we want the author ID, and the author ID, it will be the same. So in this case, things fall apart. We're on. Let's do author ID is equal to 32. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Cannot just. Okay, so in this case, if you don't want, we want some different data. Let's say we just want to retrieve a table with the author name the nationality, and the title of the book. Okay, the publication year. We don't want these all these IDs popping here. Okay, so the title from the books, the author name, and hmm, health authors that nationality. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so now we have basically you can get all these different fields from these different tables where some conditions apply. Okay, so nationality, title, authors. Um, by the way, I will be start posting this on the GitHub so I don't get lost with all these comments. Mm-mm-mm. Can anyone please just post the GitHub repo so I'm not just scrolling through the whole chat. Okay, can okay. I think I have it here. No worries, no worries, no worries. I think I must have it somewhere. Um, mm-mm-mm. Okay, this is the guest. Okay, so do you want just the SQL code or do you want the data extraction code too? You decide. You want them both? Someone said you want them both before. Yeah, thank you, making my Hongyang. Hope I pronounced that right. If not, I'm sorry. Both, please. Okay, great. This one I will call it. You can. Let's see if you can try this. Okay, so if you want to try this and to work, you have to first of all create this table. Okay, just create these tables and then into a MySQL and then run the code in the Golang code. Okay, let me just post the code and I will explain it. Okay, no worries. Database that SQL soft wrap date. Okay, so here is the SQL. And do you know if I can create a folder here? You know that or I can't? Um, I would like to create like a folder and put the both of the codes. Let me see. All guests. I'll create another one, another guest, and the screenshots. Oh wow, 5 years ago. Uh, where can I create another guest? Okay, I'll put them both. Okay. Uh, this will be the data embed. Okay, so Golang data extraction code. Okay, so now I think you can add another file. Okay, where do you think I can add that file? If you, I've never used GitHub Guest. Uh, I was just creating. I wanted to create a repo to upload the code, but in this case, you can just get the link and not mess yourself with repos and cloning stuff. Um, laptop bottom left after you click edit. Okay, sorry for all this. Okay, let's see. Cancel, leave. Okay. Nano Tooler says bottom left after you click edit. Okay, so edit. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Data extraction code. Okay, just okay. Let's call it main. Let's call it main. That go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Package data extraction code. Okay, so if you have your if you have your MySQL already installed, you can just run. Do you have Go? If you don't have Go, just install Go, run this code. Once you run it, once you run this code, it will just say, "Hey, data insertion completed successfully." The only thing you have to change here in this case is the name of the database if you change it. If not, if you just execute the other this one, this database SQL, it will check if you have already a bookstore database, and if you have one, it will just delete it. Start using the bookstore database, then create the both of the tables. You can delete this select because it will just bother you. Select on. Okay, I would just delete this. This was the exam. Okay, I would just leave the example. I think it will be fine. This example, but the select all, it doesn't make anything. It just gets all the data. So once you have, you can actually you can play with this code. You can find with Rapid API. Probably you'll find a lot of a lot of with Rapid API. You can find a lot of sources of data. You can change this Golang code. You can play with it and change the fields and how the books are stored in the maps, and use this for another data kind of data extraction uh, methods. I think you can do that, and you can start playing with it. Mm, so yeah, basically we can try to use to do another thing. Select AVG stands for average. Okay, so let's say we want to know the average uh, year of publication of all these books. Uh, as when you use as, you're just changing the value. Say okay, call it average publication year from starting from books. Okay, so this should get us 1,572. This basically what it does. It goes through all the publication years and get us the average publication. You can use count to select count all as total books. For example, if we want to from books. This what it should do is give us a number of the total books that we have. In this case, it's 100. Um, this one can be used. Let's see. For books. Let's see if we can use it here. Okay, group by. Okay. Okay, so we can do it in another. We can use group by to group all these different types of, but in this case, it's just will be messing. You can execute them all. Let's check manual from average from books. Why is that? Okay, it's working. This one is working. Okay, I know. Maybe it's the. Okay, that's it. That was the problem. Okay, so we have here the average year, the total books, and all this. Um. So yeah, that's how you can play with this. I can let me check if there's any question because a lot of messages are just you talking with each other. The size is written at the down. This is solved. Where, okay, this is solved. Okay, it's all solved. Alright, actually, my data. Okay. Azo Azogagil Azogagils. Sorry for the pronunciation. Sorry. I think you could responding to Tintin. Okay, so the Tintin asked how to optimize the database management system request data. Um, there's a lot of ways to optimize data. You instead of optimizing how to get data, you have to optimize how to insert data too, because that's where all the data is coming and going from. So you need to know how to structure the database. Okay, not repeat information. That's a key, because I've seen huge databases on a corporate environment, huge databases with I don't know, maybe 20 terabytes of repeated data. I don't have the number on top of my head, but huge repeated data. And it's a big company that has 15 years of development. And that's because at the beginning they didn't care about how to structure the database, and now they have a lot of well, they had a lot of problems in the past. So yeah, I would say optimize how you structure the data. Get the right fields, uh, the right data, the right tables, the right connections, and make more. Don't ask for more data than what you wanted. For example, in this case, we just created this join, and we just get the title, the author name, and the nationality. Okay, it's three fields, simple from two different. If you start getting like the publication year and you don't use it, that's not necessary. If you're getting the ID of the book, it's not necessary. Well, in case you need the ID of the book, let's say you want to create a PDF downloading system, and you need the ID of the book, just to differentiate the different books from one each other. Um, in that case, you can get like all these fields, but if you don't need all this data, it's like you just don't bother to get it, because with the request it will take more time. As you can see here, there's the execution time down here. Okay, in this case it was 3 seconds. And there's sometimes when you start joining different tables from different databases from here, and this data and this, it will take probably like 20 seconds. And that means if you just have a program, I don't know, let's say, okay, for example, if you have a small program and it's just a backend for I don't know, something for a personal project, okay, and you don't mind for 10 seconds, that's cool. But if you have a user waiting for information, and we go to let's say let's go to Facebook is a good example on how to load data. Okay, so we're in Facebook, okay, and if I want to see the comments and I click the comments and it takes 10 seconds, do you think I'm going to I'm going to read all these comments? I'm not, because it will be like boom, mm, 10 seconds, goodbye, thank you. Because nowadays seconds are really important. So yeah, hope I answered the question. Um, let me see. Oh, okay, it's the same question. Sorry. How do you use any add-on plugins and or API along with the VS Code editor? Let's check it. Let's see what we have. I'll show you another project I'm working on. It's a cryptocurrency trading bot. Okay, some people it's connected to Binance. Okay, this needs a refactor. But okay, let's see. Emergency. Okay. Um, I have GitHub Copilot. Some themes. C++ theme. It's just a theme in Golang. I'm not a huge fan of just installing. Well, it's a great way to not depend on other software. For example, if I decided to, there's a plugin. Okay, where is it's here. There's a plugin called MySQL. Okay, I showed it this morning. It's basically the same. In my opinion, I think it's the same thing as this. It's literally the same thing. Okay, do you see any difference between them? It's literally the same. Results, messages, problems, outputs. I think it looks kind of the same. New query, manage. And you can do whatever, and it's just a plugin. You just install it and you can have it. Probably, mm, I think I have to restart the Visual Studio Code, but yeah, you can use add-ons if you need them. And for APIs, I use Postman, and that's it. I don't use Postman to make the requests, and that's all. So, yeah, thank you. Hope you had fun. If you have any question or you need help with your project or whatever, some mentoring or anything, just send me a Discord. If you have a project that you want to review, or you want to say, okay, I have this personal project, but I want to refactor it and I want to make some testing, and make sure to connect to check in to my next technical stream. It will be about how to test your code. It will be another one about how to contribute to open source. So yeah, if you're interested, join me. Hope you had fun in this one. If you have any question, don't hesitate. I already published the. Let me change the name of this. Okay, okay. So yeah, hope you had fun. Make sure you check this code and you play with it a little bit to see how all these databases connected, and try to create new rows, new tables, connect different data from different sources. And if you need anything, just send me a message. Okay. Thank you so much. Hope you had fun. And see you next time. Goodbye. Thank you. Tubular. What does tubular mean? It's your surname, or just goodbye, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hope you had fun, and see you. I make nano tubes. Oh, okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't know if you're joking, but if you're serious, great. And if you're joking, that's a good joke. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Folks. See you in a couple of days. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Signing off.